The Battle Royale genre. I remember being just 12 years old, seeing Hunger Games for the first time, falling in love with that action-packed slaughter fest where everyone competed to be the last man to bring back resources for their village, but then technically two people won, but let's not talk about that because they were cheating and they were playing duos in a solo mode somehow, but either way, they won, okay? Now, I remember exiting the cinema and being like, wow, imagine if this was a game, and how excited was I to see that last year it actually happened. Sure, we had Minecraft Hunger Games, but that was Minecraft. It wasn't really its own thing, it wasn't built around it, you just had the option to play Minecraft Hunger Games. So basically, we got PUBG, and PUBG was very successful, a massive game. It is probably, it's the second biggest Battle Royale game at the moment. And then you also have Fortnite, which is, the biggest. It is the granddaddy of Battle Royale games, where everybody competes to the death and you've probably been killed by an 11-year-old child multiple times because they don't do anything else but play Fortnite. But then again, I lose every game, so what can I say? I mean, but yeah. So I'm going to be talking about them too. Bearing in mind I am playing the console versions, so I don't know if the PC versions are any different because I can't run PC. I have a really bad laptop that I can play basic games on, but I can't game on. So I game on console, and I like my console. I like playing with controllers and stuff. But I was also going to talk about Radical Heights, which is a new game that came out, but when I tried to see if I could run that on the lowest settings, I couldn't even do that. So I'm purely going to be talking about PUBG and Fortnite, the console versions. I'm going to start with PUBG, and I have to say, right off the bat, I'm not a big fan of PUBG. I mean, I feel like when I'm playing PUBG on my console that I should be playing on PC, because I had multiple gun battles in that game where it just felt like it felt like my aim wasn't right, and I reckon if I learned to use a mouse and I was playing this on PC, my aim would be right. You know what I mean? It just felt like my aim was off. Now, bearing in mind this is the third person mode, there is two modes in the game. You can either choose to play in first person or you can choose to play in third person, and I started out with third person. But multiple times in third person, I just couldn't get on with it. The aim mechanics just felt off, and when I did get kills, it felt too easy, and it felt like my aims were just somehow accurate. I felt that a lot of people I encountered on PUBG console as well didn't seem to know what they were doing. A lot of the time I would run into somebody who would chase after me and then just stop and act like they couldn't hear me even though I'm sprinting round the corner, and I'd just get a lucky kill on them. Or I'd just see somebody running in the distance and they would never notice me and I'd get the kill. Another thing I have to speak about the flaws of this game is I do not like the controls on console. To aim down your sights, you have to double tap LT. Now, it's in the third person mode, I can understand this because you're aiming over your shoulder, and then you have the option to go into aim down sights, but in the first person mode this got very annoying, and I had multiple times where I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the kill, and I'd aim in and it would just like lock up my gun and I'd be like, what are you doing, and then I'd just get killed because I forgot that I have to double tap the trigger to aim down my sights. You have to double tap to go into what is that control? I got to double tap the RT button to go into that, right? Or I can hold it to go over the shoulder. Like, who came up with that? I mean, I'm guessing on PC it's not that awkward, but that doesn't feel right. Now, like I said, if I was playing on PC, it's probably more optimized for this, so I could understand that they've tried to port it over from PC and they might not have done it very well. But yeah, that's mainly all the flaws I have with this game. I can't really talk about the graphics because both Fortnite and PUBG actually are still in early access, sort of. PUBG is pay to play though, whereas Fortnite is free to play. But PUBG, it's in early access on Xbox, and the graphics are still pretty poor. On PC they do look amazing. I have looked at some gameplay on PC and it does look really good. But just on console, it's got a lot of work to do. I mean, usually I can play a console game and be like, oh yeah, the graphics might not be as good as PC, but they still look pretty good. But PUBG isn't one of those games, essentially. Now, what do I like about the game? I like the style. It's a very, Battlefield type game. If Fortnite was Call of Duty, this would be Battlefield. It's got a really nice military look to it, and I do love the aesthetics of the game. But personally, it's a bit slow for me as well. When I compare it to Battlefield, I do mean, like, you know, you have the bigger maps. It's a more tactical. It's a more tactical game. Yeah, that's about it. I don't really have a lot to say that I like about the game because I just don't get on with it very well. Like, I don't know, I guess I like the kind of scavenging for items part where you pick up your bag and you can find attachments for your weaponry and you find ammo as you go, like you do on Fortnite as well. But it all feels a bit too slow. Like, I spent a lot of my time while playing this game running around, and I'd eventually encounter somebody, and if I got the kill, I'd be like, cool, I got the kill. I didn't really feel satisfied with the kill. I do like the vehicles in this game as well. I haven't actually had a chance to get in them. I played the mobile game and I got in a car on the mobile version, and we won because this was my first ever game on the app, and we won just because I had a car and nobody can move out the way. But I like the idea of the inclusion of vehicles, and that's for fun. Another thing I have to say is nothing ever happens. Like I've said, it's really slow, and even when I went into the red zone, I went looking for action, and these bombs were falling everywhere, and I was just sat there and I was like, okay, what next? And it just didn't excite me. And then I hear gunshots off in the distance, so I run towards them to try and find the action that I so seek, and I never found them because the gunshot sounds just didn't seem accurate to me, and I'd get there and there'd be nobody there, and I just feel like, yeah, so that's why PUBG isn't my kind of thing. I mean, I do understand that it might be somebody's favourite Battle Royale game, and I understand why. If you're into this kind of more realistic Battlefield type, you know, military combat where you've got to camp and you've got to set up sniper positions and tactically take out your enemies, then yeah, you'll love this game. But I personally didn't get on with it very well. And out of 10, I'd probably have to give PUBG about a 5. It's an okay Battle Royale game, but it's not the best. And like I said, I would probably enjoy it more on PC, just because I'd have a mouse. I'd feel like I'm aiming in more accurately. I could probably program the controls a bit better, but the controls let the game down for me a lot, and just the look and feel of this and the slowness of the game also just doesn't fit with my preference when it comes to these types of games. And I understand this was the first big Battle Royale game that was a thing, and I remember watching E3 and I hadn't even heard of it. It probably was on PC, but last year when I saw it at E3 coming to console, I was like, oh wow, they're actually making a game like this, like a proper game like this, and I was pretty hyped for it. But I've only just got on it recently, and I've been playing Fortnite for a while, and so it's not as good as I expected it to be. It got a lot of hype, but I just don't think that for me it's the right style of game. But without further ado, that's enough talking about PUBG. Let's move on to Fortnite, which personally I love. I mean, I'm not going to be talking about Save the World because I don't have that. I'm actually waiting for it to go free because I've heard multiple times it's going free. If it never goes free, then yeah, I'll pay for Save the World, and I will review that in a separate video because I don't think that deserves to be reviewed alongside Battle Royale because they're two very conflicting things. It's almost like they're two completely separate games. I know Save the World doesn't get a lot of attention, but the reason I bought Fortnite, or did buy it, you know, the reason I got Fortnite in the first place was because of the Battle Royale, because it was a mode that I'd wanted for a while, and like I said, Minecraft Hunger Games had always been around, but that didn't grab my attention. Now I had a game that was fast paced, it was action packed, and I could just jump straight in and play. And the reason I love Fortnite a lot more as compared to PUBG is because it's this much faster game. You land in an area, right, and there's already like 7 people around you, and you're just fighting for these chests and these weaponry. PUBG, when I did encounter people landing at the exact same spots as me, which happened about twice, I didn't find that I'd meet them in that area until like at least a good 5 minutes later, where I'd get a lucky kill on them, and it just, like I said, didn't feel very exciting to me. Whereas on this game, you find somebody and it is a battle for survival. You mess up once, you mess up a move, or you miss a shot, and you've basically wrecked your whole play. So it's a very you got to have a good reflexes to play Fortnite. That's a fact. And I have to say, my biggest gripe with Fortnite is the hit damage and the weapon. I got them the wrong way around. Wow. the weapon damage and the hitboxes, right, just don't feel right. They feel like every time they update it, it changes, and they don't get... Like, I had a game yesterday when I was streaming it, where I was chasing after somebody. I'd hit him with my axe a load of times, lowered his health, I got an epic pistol, and I ran around the corner. He was building in there. I fired at him. I missed when he built his window in. Like, he built a wall, and I was trying to break it, and then I got my pistol out, my epic pistol, may I add, and I fired through the gap. He'd moved out the way, and I missed. And I was like, okay, I missed a shot. I ran behind the door, and then he shot at me with his shotgun and one-shot me.
I love how I bought Season 4 and I'm not using a single... Oh, fuck off! That's right, better fuck off, ain't it? You gotta come out of there eventually. What? Fuck off! No way! What gun did he fucking have that could two-shot me like that? Fuck right off!
He one-shot me and I got pissed off, and it just does feel like the weapon damage needs a bit of tweaking, and it does feel like the lag needs a bit of fixing as well, because I got shot whilst behind the door, you know what I mean? But overall, whilst the game does make me lag, it is very fun to play just because of the fast-paced action it gives me, and you know what I mean? And the building mechanics as well. As I said earlier, the guy was building a wall between us to defend himself, so building is very essential to this game. If you mess up on your building at all, you're done. If you don't build at all, you're done. And if you learn how to build and you're good at building, you can win a match. I haven't actually won a proper mainstream match yet because I'm not amazing. I've come in the top 10 quite often, but the only game I've managed to win so far was on the snipers mode, which luckily did still count towards my stats. But yeah, I'm not the best, but when it comes to building, I usually just build a little sniper nest and camp in it. But something that's bad about building is you get in the top 10, you're building, and somebody just has a rocket launcher and they just spam you with infinite hits and you'll lose, or somebody will get a lucky sniper shot on you. And I've had moments on Fortnite where I've been in the top 2 and my weapon hits haven't registered and I've lost it. I broke a headset because of Fortnite, because of how bullshit it was at times. But it's just so addicting. I don't know whether it's down to the bright, colourful, cartoonish style, or the skins, or the dance moves, but everything just seems like it's trying to be this cartoonish game, but it's also trying to be serious at the same time. It's trying to blend reality between the two styles.
Bitch, they're not. Dickhead, I was busting a move. Freestyling. Can't handle my freestyling.
And on top of that, the game is free, so it's accessible to everyone. If you don't know whether you're going to like it, you can try it out because it's free. PUBG, they ask you for a £25 price range, and you're like, if I don't like it, like I did, I regret buying it because I'm not a big fan of PUBG personally. And I'm sat there now like, I could have been playing Fortnite the whole time, and I chose to go out my way to buy PUBG and try it out. But yeah. Both games are very different. Fortnite, for me, has the edge. Other stuff I love about Fortnite is the skins on the store. This isn't actually something I like. This is something I don't like. There's parts of the store that I like and parts of the store that I don't like. But the store has skins and items and stuff that are all cosmetic that you pay for. Now, I understand that your game is free to play, but charging £20 for a pickaxe it's not good, okay? I have a similar gripe with Star Trek Online, where the tier 6 ships, bearing in mind by the time you finish Star Trek Online, you get a tier 5, right, for example, and the tier 6s are all like £30 and up, and now the only reason I would invest into that is because I'm a big fan of the game, right? and I know that there's no other way of me getting that unless I pay in and support them, and Starting Line is a massive free-to-play game. Fortnite is just a battle royale game, right? And you can get this battle pass, which is something I do like. The battle pass that you pay £20 for, you get a heap load of skins in there, you get some animations, you get some emblems, whatever, and you can do that. You can pay £20, and by the time you've finished the battle pass, you've earned back enough money to buy the next one for free. So that works, but paying £20 for a skin is something that I think is a bit of a dick move from Epic Games. And now I love Epic Games. I've loved Gears of War for ages. I played Paragon, but this is a dick move. I think the store is very predatory, especially since the game has a big younger audience to it. They're going to be asking their parents for money to buy the game, and I have seen a lot of controversy surrounding it, where parents are like, my son has bought £200 worth of items on Fortnite. Now, it is their money and they should have a say in what they do, so it's not entirely the kids' fault, but pricing these skins at such a high price on a more childish-like game is going to result in some controversy like that, and I don't agree with that store at all. Like I said, I'm happy to buy the Battle Pass, which is something I love, and I'm still working through Series 4 of the Battle Pass in a minute. I didn't finish Series 3, but I got enough to get 4 free, so it was worth it. But yeah, overall, the store isn't that good. I think PUBG has got cosmetics now, but I never looked into that because I only went on to play a few games yesterday, which was the first time I played it in a good month or so. But yeah, overall, like I've said, Fortnite over PUBG, and you can probably gather that from my review. Is there anything else that I like about Fortnite? It's probably, like I've said, the cartoonish style, the action, the building, the fast-paced style. They're always adding new game modes as well. Like they've just had the Avengers mode, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's nice to see that they can partner with Marvel and bring Thanos into Fortnite. You can play as Thanos and win the match, although he's insanely overpowered. I don't actually have any gameplay of that, so sorry I can't show you. But yeah, my favourite game mode that they've added is the snipers mode. Like I said, it's the only mode I've won on because I'm actually good with the snipers on that game. They also have these 50v50 modes that come back, which is just giant armies fighting against each other. It's a lot of fun, but I recommend you play with friends because I find that playing that one solo is a bit boring. When I'm playing on these giant fights with friends, though, it's a lot more. I can engage in it a bit more, you know what I mean? And they also have an RPG rocket mode, explosives kills mode, right? Which is fun as well. And yeah, that's about it. That's everything I have to say about Fortnite and PUBG collectively. It's going to be exciting to see what other Battle Royale games can come around. I know Paladins is getting one, and I've looked into gameplay for the Paladins Battle Royale. I don't actually have access to play that. I wouldn't be able to anyway because I can't run it on a computer, but I'd assume it's coming out on console. And the Paladins Battle Royale does look like a lot of fun. And whilst I don't like playing squads as much on these kind of Battle Royale games, I have a lot more fun playing by myself. It is a squad-based game, so whether we're going to get to see any solo kind of modes is still yet to be seen entirely, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I played a lot of Paladins before I got Overwatch, actually, because it is like the rip-off of Overwatch at the end of the day. And but yeah, other than Paladins, we've got leaks about Red Dead 2 having a Battle Royale mode, so it'll be interesting to see how they implement that. I've suggested to a couple of friends that maybe you jump off a train or something, you know what I mean? Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is supposed to be getting Battle Royale, which is very controversial if you haven't heard, because apparently it might be getting rid of the campaign in favour for it, so there is no doubt that this genre of video games is taking over the world. It is going to probably replace FPS games, which has been pretty dominant in recent years, and a lot of people are starting to emigrate over to this new genre now, and I'm actually very excited to see how this genre can evolve, because it is one of the better, newer genres in recent years. I'm getting quite bored of FPS games for my multiplayer fix. I like my MMOs as well, but Battle Royale is just an exciting way of making you feel accomplished when you do stuff. So like you get a kill and you feel so satisfied, especially in Fortnite. But yeah, that's everything. Fortnite out of 10, I probably have to give that, I'm going to say an 8. Just there's a little nitpicks like the lag and the weapon damage and hit detection that I have some gripes with. But other than that, it's a solid game. It's not the best game ever made, but it's a great game nonetheless. But yeah, that's from me, guys. What do you think of Battle Royale games, and what's your favourite? Leave your opinions down in the comments below, and I'll make sure to read through them and get back to you on what I think myself. And yeah, just remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next review.